and so is our WhatsApp bot. We are going to learn today with our webinar. So hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So attendees, you might be wondering the reason of gathering virtually. So let me reveal the reason to you. We are here to witness an incredible session on the topic, let's create a WhatsApp bot. And for that, we have our expert today. So allow me to introduce the expert of the day. Mr. Dipen Seni, Assistant Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering, lovely professional university. An accomplished professional with over 7 years of experience in teaching and research and development. Mr. Seni has a diverse set of skills and is a certified RPA developer in Automation 360, indicating his expertise in robotic process automation. Also, he has conducted extensive research in the field of satellite images, with the majority of his work being focused on this area. Mr. Sani's research interests include machine learning, deep learning, and image processing. With his strong background in these areas, he is well equipped to tackle complex problems and deliver innovative solutions as well. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
And over to you, sir. Looking forward for a great interactive session.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So good evening all, as ma'am has introduced me. So today we are going to discuss on a very interesting topic, that is robotic process automation. So nowadays what happens is that as we have learned about many technologies like your artificial intelligence, your data science or cyber security, similar to that one, nowadays companies are having one more technology that is known as your RPA. So whether it is your product based companies or service based companies, they all are working on this field. So basically the base that we are having, that is automation. If we go for the full form like your RPA, it says that it consists of 3 words actually: robotic, process, and automation. We all know that robotic means that we want a machine that can behave like a human being, or it can replicate the behavior of a human being. So that type of a behavior we want to introduce in our system. Second thing is that your process can be any algorithm. It can be a series of steps that any task that we want to complete. And last and not the least, the most important is your automation. Automation says that whatever the task we are having, it has to be done by ourselves. So let's suppose if we go for this picture, in this we are having 2 things. First one, like your manual. Second one is what? Like your automation. Manual says that we are having an interaction with the human beings. Human beings are doing some task, but automation says that that task has to be replicated by your machines there. Now the thing is that what was the need of introducing this RPA in the industries? Industries think that the human brains are very creative. They should be used for your tasks that are creative. So there are many tasks in the industries which are like data entry jobs, like these things. So they expect that these tasks should be done by the machines, and all the creative tasks, they should be done by the human beings. So from this point of view, they have introduced the concept of this RPA in the market. Now, the thing is that whenever we heard about the word robotic, the first thing that comes to our mind is like that we are having a robot. Robot means like all of we have seen movies also in Rajnikant's like Chitti 2.0. But what happened is that in real world, we are having the robots in 2 types. One that are related to your hardware, like you can see in this image. Second one is related to your software, with which we will discuss right now. So RPA basically deals with the processes that are related to your software here. So in case of your RPA, we are having a huge future also. Means in coming years, it will be $1 billion industry. So a lot of future we are having in this RPA here. So if we talk about the tools that we are having in case of your RPA, we are having thousands of tools. But the major 3 companies that we are having in this field is like your Automation Anywhere, UiPath, and Blue Prism. So today we are going to see that what type of tools are provided by Automation Anywhere, how we can use that tools, what are the minimum requirements that are we used. So if we talk about the tools that are provided by the company that is Automation Anywhere, they provide one cloud-based tool that is your Automation 360, and one is a system-based tool. That system-based tool is actually your V11. So today we are going to work on this cloud-based tool that is Automation 360. So first of all, I will demonstrate that tool.
So I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we are unable to hear you. No, sir. So we can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now you're audible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So this is the interface that we are having for the Automation Anywhere A360. So this is actually coming in two parts. One is like the community edition that is actually particular for the students. That is also known as your learning edition. Second one is known as your enterprise edition. So enterprise edition is actually the exact tool that is used by the companies or industries. So it is actually the paid version, and this is actually like the learning edition. So first of all, we will log in into this cloud-based tool. So this is the home screen that we are having when we are working with this A360. Now, the next thing is that there are many tasks in day-to-day life. For example, we are having your data scrapping from the websites, or we can deal with your PDFs also, or we can send your messages on WhatsApp also with the help of this programming languages also. Then why we need to go for these tools? Now, suppose we go for one code, just a minute. What happen is that whenever we are working with your any programming languages, suppose in case of your Python, we are having n number of libraries. If I want to work with, let's suppose PDF, or I want to go for your data scrapping, like from Flipkart or from like NSE websites. So in that case, I need to have a very good knowledge about the programming languages, very good knowledge about the libraries there. And for each and individual task, I need to work separately. But what happened is that the advantage of using this tool is we will see that they have tried to cover all the maximum content in one tool. So what it means, like in this home screen, whenever we have to work with any type of a bot, we actually starts from here. But it says that like create a bot here. Now let's suppose we click on this one and we name it as your first bot. So this is the interface that is provided with this by this company in the cloud, where you can work with your various actions. What action means? Suppose if anyone want to work with your PDF files, there you will see that you are having your actions that are related with your PDF. For example, if you want to split your document, for example, you want to merge your document. And similarly, if you want to work with your, let's suppose, Word documents. So you will see that they had provided the options for your MS Word also. But in case of your normal programming, what happen is that if I want to work with anything, I should have the complete knowledge about each and everything. So whenever you go with the software, so first of all, what we do is we see that whether the installation is perfectly fine or not. So the most basic method is that you can simply drag and drop one message box. This message box is actually acting like a print statement in your various programming languages. So let's suppose here we write it like, welcome to the RPA. And we execute this thing. It is actually a cloud-based tool. So for that, number one thing is that we should have a very good internet, because depending upon the task, it has to download the dependencies from the internet. Second thing is that it works only on your Microsoft Windows. In case you want to work on your MacBook or in case of your Linux, then you have to use your VMware. So you see that like we are getting one welcome to the RPA. That means the software is working perfectly on your system. Now, the next thing is that whenever we have to work with any task, if you go back to your definition, for example, this one, what it says that the point number 2 says that a step-by-step sequence which can complete a task. That means whatever the task a human being do in his day-to-day life, that task has to be done by the machine here. So for example, whenever you want to work with any type of task, first of all, whatever the steps that we do as a human being, it should be clear in your brain. Only after that you can replicate and you can make that system that should behave like RPA. So what it means, let's suppose if we want to work with any normal file, let it be PDF, for example. So in this case, what we do, let we remove the section first of all. If we go for it, you will see that it provides you one action that says like your extract data. So if you go for your various actions, you will see that first of all, you have to provide the path where your file is stored. After that, what type of your text you required, plain or your structured one, you have to behave like that one. Then where you want to store that particular data, that file, we have to write it here. So let's suppose we are having one file. If your file is on the cloud of this software, then you can go for your control room. If you want to work with your desktop, you can simply select your desktop and you can browse that particular file. So let's suppose on your desktop, we are having the syllabus or IP that is related to your RPA that we are having in LPU. So in that case, we have fetched that file, plain text we wanted, all the pages that is there, and after that where we want to have that particular file. So let's suppose after extracting that file, we want to store it on your out.txt. This software runs in your cloud, but it takes your system as a temporary server to execute your dependencies. So if you are not having any error or you're not getting anything, in that case, it will say that your bot has run successfully. So let we check whether that file is created or not. So this is the text file that we are having. So whatever the text that we were having in your normal PDF file, that complete text, it has been written on your text file with a normal single line. So from here, you can see that what type of your advantages we are having here. So similarly, second thing is that they provide you the opportunity to work with your websites also. Now, what happened is that in case of your websites, some technical knowledge is also required. Why these things are required is that as company comes to know that we are going for the automations on their websites, they try to modify their websites as soon as possible. Like in case of your Flipkart, let I show you one thing. If you see, this is a type of your website that is related to your WhatsApp verb. So whenever we are working with your WhatsApp verb, what happens is that in case of your this web application, they try to modify it as soon as possible. So what happens is that whenever we are working with any website, the number one thing is that we are able to inspect the elements that we are having. So this inspect element actually provide you the complete detail that we are having related to that particular website. So this thing is according to the website that we are having. If we are working with your Facebook, it will be different for the Facebook. If we are working with your Flipkart, then it will be different for your Flipkart here. Now what happen is that, let's suppose if anyone want to work with your WhatsApp, what type different actions we can perform there. So whatever the action or the need a user is having, according to that, we have to modify those things. Number one thing we know that whenever we are working with the any website, the first action is that we have to open that particular website. So if you search for the action that is related to your open, you will see that inside your browser, it provide you one action that is open here. So from here, it will ask you the browser also, that with which type of your browser you want to work. After that, it provides you the option that you have to paste your link here. So let's suppose right now we want to work with your Google Chrome here, and we are having the link with which we want to work. Yes. So we have to simply copy paste that particular link. And whatever the link we are having, we have to simply paste it there and we have to save it. One thing that we have to take care of when we are working with this your particular website is the value that we are having at the start. Right now, I am having, let's suppose, two messages. One is from let my friend and second one is from my any group. So the number of 100 messages that we are having, it will be changed here like 2, 3, 4. So whenever we are going for the capturing of a website, we have to take care of this thing. So how we can deal with this thing is wildcard character. So we will see that we can use one wildcard character that helps you to automate that WhatsApp web. So after this, once you have done, simply close this WhatsApp web and execute this thing. So depending upon the server that we are having and the cloud, depending upon the speed, so sometimes it takes some time to open that particular website. So you see that right now we are able to open this website here. After that, whatever the various actions we are having, according to that, we have to record that actions. For example, if we want to chat with any person, in that case, what happens, we know that the next action as a human being is we have to click on this one normally. After that, if I want to send message to anyone, in that case, what we do is we have to type the name of that person. Then we have to simply press the enter there. Then you will see that the chat will be opened up there. So these are the simple things that we do when we are working with your WhatsApp in case of your automation. So when we have to do these things, what happens is that we have to go for your recording action there. Now, what those recording action means? So if you go inside your action here, you will see that we are having one action that is known as your recorder here. Inside that recorder, you are able to see that one action we are having what your that is capture here. This capture action helps you to capture any particular element area on your website, even on your windows also. So if you see on this side, you are able to see it asks you whether you want to go for a browser, whether you want to go for an application, whether you are want to go for any variable here. So if you go for this browser and you have to simply refresh that one, number one thing is that whenever you are recording any action, in that case, that particular window should be opened in your background. So right now, if you see, we are having one Google Chrome 2 that is related to your WhatsApp here. So if we click on this one, so it will work on that one. Whether it is a correct or not, from where we get to know is when we are going for the capture object here. One thing, if you remember, I told you earlier that in case of your WhatsApp, what problem we face is if let's suppose right now I'm doing the recording here. And at that time, no one has sent me the message. Next time, if any person send me the message, that title will be changed there from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So that particular recording will not work at that time. So just to make that thing, you will see generalized, it is written as use star as a wild character. So in that case, we can simply put it here star. And after that, we have to go for your capture object. So when you will go for your capture object, that particular website will be opened up. So whatever area you want to capture here, that will be highlighted in red. Now, in one particular element, you will get maximum number of your red color areas. Now, what type of red color area we have to select? It is actually done with the help of your inspect element there. So right now, if you see first one, we are having this red color area. It says that search input text. But what we know that when we are working on this thing, number one thing is that we have to work on your click action. This means if we capture this area, you will see that it says that automation anywhere record application. That means that particular application has been recorded there. So what type of your element that you are having there, according to that, you will be getting your options here. If you are having any button there, in that case, you have to click there. If you want to write anything, in that case, you have to go for your set text. Similarly, right click, double click. So it depends upon task to task. So right now, let's suppose we simply click on this click button. After that, whatever the properties that we are having that is related to that particular box we are having, that will be listed here. So after that, we have to simply go for the save here. So let me close this one. Then, and after that, let me execute this thing. Automating WhatsApp web is one of the most difficult thing, not only WhatsApp web, whether we are working with your messengers also, whether we are working with your Instagram sites or Facebook also. The reason being that is they get the updations very fast. So for that, we should have a good knowledge about the websites, that what type of your elements we are having, what type of your content is there that we can modify there. So with the help of this RPA, right now, one of the student has made a very good project that is actually related to the stock market. So in case of your stock market, we are having one thing that is your time delay. So with the help of that RPA, what he has done is that he has tried to capture that delay so that he can capture the data related to your NSE, that is like your National Stock Exchange. Similarly, we can work on your other type of applications also when we are working on this RPA. For example, like we are having your Flipkart that is used for your scrapping. What exactly that mean is, suppose we are having one website. These things are actually used by like your data analyst or data scientist people. So if you see, this is a type of one website that we are having. Now from here, we want to, let's suppose, download your data. That data can be later on used for your data analysis purpose also. Same thing you can use for your flash sale also. We know that we are having your flash sales on e-commerce websites, and within a second, your product is out of stock. So what you can do is you can create one bot also for that, that can help you to fetch the sale or product in a time. So if you see in this case, let's suppose I simply type as iPad here and I click enter here. So you will see that all the products that is related to your iPad that will be listed here. So what we can do is we can download this data. If manually I have to download this data, it will take a huge time. Manually, what I will do is that I will simply go to this portion. Then I have to copy this data. Then I will open my Excel or CSV. There I will paste my data. Same thing I will do for this thing also. But if we want to work with the help of your bot, again, it is very simple. We can work with the help of your recorders here. So what it means, same thing like in case of your previous one. In this, first of all, in this, we have to change that particular website with which we are working. Remember one thing, whatever the start or homepage we are having, we have to start from there. So we have to simply copy paste that URL that we are having, then click on this one. After that, when we go for this, your capture, we know that we have to capture this particular area, that is search for product band. And in this particular, we have to search for this thing like your iPad here. So if we click on this, let me go to your browsers, we refresh it. Choose this one. So online shopping website. After that, we have to simply so you will move directly to that one. So let it be this area that we want to capture. We simply click on that one. One thing that you have to see is that what as a human being we are doing, same step will be done by the machine, because machine cannot learn by its own. We have to train that particular machine. So when we have captured this area, you will see that it asks for something. We know that set means we want to write something. Now in that particular location, let's suppose I want to write that iPad, and after that I know I want to go for that enter button also, so that the list of data should be present there. So for that, there is a virtual keyboard that is present. You can simply click on that enter, and you have to simply save that one. Now let me close that website and see whether it is opening or not. If there is a little bit difference in that red color area while capturing, so it will give you an error at that time. So till that time it is accurately captured, we have to do that thing again and again. So if you see that it has opened the website automatically, it have written the iPad, that is again automatically. After that, whatever the data that you have related to this one, again you are having that thing automatically. Now if you want to capture this data, if you want to capture for only one iPad, in that case, it means we don't want to repeat our task. If we want to capture the data for all the things, in that case, we have to use certain type of loop that will help you to iterate your data. So let me go back. So if we want to capture, that means again, I want to use my recorder, capture it. We want one capture. Let's suppose one will capture the title and second one will capture your price for that particular iPad. So let it be your Flipkart, this one. Then we are having your iPad. So in the first one, we go to your browser. Again, we have to select that particular browser. So that is your iPad one. Then you have to capture that particular area. So if we go to this one, you have to wait till the time you get this red color area. So let we select this one. Then we move back to that one. Now the thing is that we don't want to write anything on that website. We actually want to get the data from that website. So for that, we work with what your get property here. Now, what type of property you want to get, that you have to check from here. We actually want to fetch this detail like Apple iPad Pro 4th generation, so on. So this data is inside your inner HTML. So we have to write that thing here. So let we copy this one. And we paste it in your this one inner HTML and we save it. So at the end, it will give you the option that where you want to store this data. So let's suppose I want to store at one variable that is known as your title here. So let we save it. Same thing we have to do with your price also. So let we refresh the window again. Then we are having your iPad products. Then we go back to your capture project, or sorry, object. There we have to go for this 99,900. So we simply click on that one. Then again, we want to get the property. So we select that one. Then we are having your inner HTML. So we save it. So this thing we want to store in some variable. So let we name it as your price here. Let we save it. Now I want to display what data I am getting here. So one thing is that you can display in your message box also. That means your output. If you want to write that data somewhere so that you can use for your data analysis purpose in future, so you can work with your log to file also. So there we need to give the path of the file where we want to write that data. So let's suppose we are having one text file on our desktop. Just out.txt, let we open it. What data we want to have. So two variables we have created. So one is your title, insert it. And second one is your price that we are having. Let we insert it, save it. If already any data is present there, in that case, we can go for your override. Otherwise, we can simply append your data also. So in your message box, we select those two variables. So let it be your price. And one we are having your title here. So let we save it. So if we are having any error, in that case, we are not able to save it. We get a red color symbol there. So that will tell us that there is some error there. So let we try to execute it. See if there is no, what happened is that when we study your programming related to like your websites. So there we are having some type of data that is your dynamic or your static. So if your data is static, every time you will run a bot, it will execute perfectly. But if you are having a dynamic type of your data there, like your classes or IDs, in that case, it might happen that right now you are working on your bot, it will execute fine. Next time it might happen, it provide you an error. So depending upon the website, depending upon the scenario, you have to work with these things very carefully. Same thing cannot be applied on each task or on each website. So you will see that it has automatically fetched the title of your Apple iPad Pro. After that, let's we close it along with that price. So if you are not having any error, so you will see that you will get a bot that is running successfully. So we will see that did that bot is able to write that detail in your file. So if you see that that particular thing is written in your file also, that is the title, and along with that we are having what your price there. So we are having a lot of things in your RPA in real world. Many tasks are automating. Infosys, TCS, they are having these separate departments nowadays for this RPA. So students are having a lot of opportunities. So now in coming years, automation will be at its peak. So it is a very good technology to carry on. So this is from my side. So if anyone is having any doubt or anything, you are free to ask. Your voice is not audible right now.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Yes, sir. This presentation is insightful, informative, and impactful as well. And your expertise and knowledge in this field is evident from the quality of discussion you had today. And your insights and perspectives provide a valuable information to our attendees and help to deepen their understanding of the topic. So thank you so much, sir. And yes, sir, we have few queries from the attendees. So with your permission, sir, we'll take up those queries.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so sir, an attendee wants to know that where can this be useful in journal life?
Actually, what happened is, in journal cases, in journal life means what these things are we are using in day-to-day life. For example, let's suppose if we talk about your education sector here. In case of your education sector, what happened is that like being a teacher, I have to upload the marks, right? I have to segregate my, let's suppose assignments. I have to download those assignments from the internet. So with the help of this bot, many things can be easy. It can help me to download that data from the internet for me. Let's suppose I have given 10 set of assignments to my students. So that means if I'm having 70 or 100 students, first of all, I have to segregate that data manually. Let's suppose set one, these are roll numbers, set two, these are roll numbers. So what we can do is that we can create a one bot with a very small logic. It will automatically create 10 folders for me. It will automatically open the website, download those data into that folders for me. So there are many useful applications. So it depends actually from use case to use case that we are having.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And so we'll take up another query. And the another query is from Priyam. He wants to know that if we create a bot of high quality, would LPU help us to make it international? So anything on this, sir?
Yes, miss. Just give me a minute. I will share my screen. Just a minute. I show you one thing. I think all of you have listened about this App Store and Play Store, right? So similar to that one, a company provides you one bot store also. So this is a bot store that is provided by the Automation Anywhere. So there, whatever bot you have created, you can see like we are having newest 40 bots here. So you can make your bots, you can upload here. Now it is your wish, you want to make it a free of cost or you want to have any price here. So we get some, if bots are good, very, very good. So you can get around $500 to $1,000 also. So it is very helpful.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. And it's wonderful to know this, sir. And sir, we'll quickly take last but not the least query. So the another query is that what are the advancements we have in regards to automation in LPU? And this query is asked by Kiranjot Kaur. So,
Okay, ma'am. Okay, okay. See, what happened is that in case of we talk about your automation, RPA is not simply what I have shown, because this is a thing that we cover in 2 years actually. It is a 2 years course in LPU we are having. So in the 1 hour, we have just the crux of that one. In this, we can include your computer vision also, which deals with like videos and images. Similarly, like we are having your, if you see, we are having, I think 3,000 or more than that CCTV cameras in full-fledged LPU. So that video surveillance that can be monitored or controlled with the help of this RPA. After that, we are having chatbots also. Those chatbots are also integrated in these RPA tools also. So many right now there is one, I think chatbot was on working, I think LPU. It is built. Right now I'm not remembering the name. So that things can be monitored with the help of your RPA also. So many things are there.
all right.
Recently our one student is placed in 33 lakhs in automation anywhere.
That's amazing to hear, sir. And thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And so we have few queries from the admission part. So for that, I would request Miss Himanshi, the officer, Lovely Profession University, to join us and navigate the students through the admission process and tell them how to reach us through website and through other mediums as well. So ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Ruby. It is a privilege for me to be able to guide students how they can, take admission in LPU. And also, just a moment, I should just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what students need to do is basically they just need to go on the website, that is lpu.in. Okay, what they need to do is they just need to put this in the normal Chrome or search bar. Okay, so once they do it, this is lpu.in, and once they do it, this interface will be opened in front of them, and that's the website interface, right? So what they need to do is now there will be this admission option that would be visible for them, right? So once they click on that, there will be program list that will be available, that would be visible in front of them. Now, basically, if a student wants any program which is undergraduate program, for example, if they've done 12th, so what they need to do is they just need to go on this regular program, and there will be all the disciplines that will come in front of them. For example, this like engineering, CS, and management, commerce, etc., etc. And similarly, if you want an admission in any postgraduate program, so what you need to do is you just need to select a qualification in here, and here select graduation. So once you select your graduation, so after graduation, what all courses are available in LPU would be visible to you in here. So now see, like we have done this computer application and IT, right? So now if I click on this, okay, you will be visible all the programs that we provide in the LPU regarding the computer application and IT. And similarly, if you have any other discipline, what you need to do is you just need to click in there and select your discipline, and your courses would be available in here. And once your courses would be available, you can just so I'll just guide you a simple process. Just a moment. See, if it is MSc design, just check in there like all the fees, scholarship, programs that is available, curriculum that you will be taught in the school, okay, in the college basically, would be available on website only. So I hope that I have made clear all the queries regarding how you can find your program, how you can find how you can just apply. Also, to apply, there's an option of apply now in here. Once you click on this apply now, you will be given all like this is the small interface that will come in front of you, and now there will be name, some of the formalities that you will be asked to put on. And once you fill in there, there will be an option of submit. So once you submit this, you will be registered with LPU, and after that you can apply for the test and all the admissions in the program. So I hope I've made clear to you. And thank you so much. Just a moment. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for briefing the students about the admission part of the university. So with this, we'll wrap up today's webinar. So that's all for the today. My heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for attending this webinar on the topic, let's create a WhatsApp chat bot. And your presence, participation, and support was instrumental in making this webinar a grand success. And experts, thank you so much. You have brought valuable information, insights, and expertise to the table, and your presentation and decision were both engaging and informative. And we understand that your time is valuable, and we appreciate the time or the effort you took to join us and help to create the environment of collaboration and learning useful to the attendees. And attendees, we look forward for we look forward for hosting such more webinars, and for that, keep a check on our website, that is lpu.in. And until next time, I, Ruby, will finally sign off the session. Thank you so much.